Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ji students, assalamu alaikum and very good morning. Students, you have done your T1. Now it's time for further learning. So now take start of your new lecture. That this lecture is about imperative sentences, passive of imperative sentences, and the correction of verb and tenses. First of all, I will talk about imperative sentences. What is imperative sentences? The imperative mode is a grammatical mode that forms a command or request. Simply I'll tell you, the imperative mode is grammatical mode that forms a command or request. So the sentence that is used to convey a command or a request or a forbiddance is called an imperative sentence. Basically, they tell people what to do. Okay, fine. Now you are seeing a picture in your lecture, just like here is the two columns. One is about functions and the second is about examples. Just like in you are seeing imperative to use, giving a direct order and command. Just like example, wake up now. The second one, imperative to use, giving a warning, prohibition. Watch out, don't touch me. Imperative to use, giving a advice. Don't be panic, don't eat too much. Imperative to use, giving instruction. Go straight ahead, then turn left. Take the pill after a meal. Imperative to use, giving a request. Please don't go. Please reconsider. Let me alone, please. Okay, now students, imperative sentences, I will show you some more examples, and first of all there is some description about it. It's like first point, we often need to use the command mode when we want to quickly warn someone in everyday life, to give orders, to communicate in informal language. The second point, the imperative mode is much easier than the other modes in English. Because when you need to use imperative, we don't have to add any verb. In this way, the imperative mode has a very simple structure. Okay, there are three structures are showing. First one, negative sentences with imperatives, positive questions with imperatives, negative questions with imperatives. The first one, don't talk to me like that. Don't make that sound. Don't walk fastly. The second, positive questions with imperative. Shall we go out? Shall we go to the cinema? Shall we sleep? Negative questions with imperatives. Shall he not come in? Shall we not go out? Shall we not go to the cinema? Okay, now students, I will show you the simple structure of the imperative sentences. I will say verbally. First of all, in active tense of imperative sentences, we will use just verb and then object. Just like ring the bell, open the door, shut the window, write a letter. And when we will make it passive, then we will change its structure. Just like first of all, we will use let, then the, then object, then be, and then third form. Just like, let the bell be rung. Open the door, let the door be opened. Shut the window, let the window be shut. Write a letter, let a letter be written. Okay students, these are the imperative sentences. You have to practice of these sentences, and you have also practice for these passives. Okay, friends, now we will talk about the correction of verb and tenses. Which tense? We will talk about the present tenses. There are four forms of present tenses. You are seeing I have written all this structure: present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and the last one, present perfect continuous tense. Okay, in present indefinite tense, subject, first of all, we will use subject, then verb की first form, then s and es का addition, and then object, and the last adverbial. Present continuous tense, subject plus is, am, are plus verb की first form plus ing plus subject and plus adverb. In this tense, verb first form and then we will use ing, then it will make present participle. Present perfect tense, subject plus has or have plus verb की third form plus subject and plus adverbial. Present perfect continuous tense, subject plus has or have plus been plus verb first form plus ing plus object plus since or for and plus adverbial. In this sentence, verb की first form and ing we can say past participle. Okay, fine students, these are the structures of all present tenses form. G students, there is a picture of correction, the correction use of tenses or verb. Okay, it will be a part of English paper and it will give you in English grammatical portion, so you would have to correct tenses or verbs according to sentences. There are some hints for correction, so now I will describe before you in short way. So students, there are some hints you can see. There is a present indefinite tense and hints for correction: everyday, daily, generally, usually, regularly, always, often, never and some fact. So according to these hints, it will be easy for you. Okay, this is the present indefinite tense. If you see the present indefinite tense examples here, the first statement I and go is in bracket form, to school daily, so it will be correct, I go to school daily. Okay, and she visit us every day, here we will add s with verb first form. Okay, she visits us every day. Okay, the third one, at home he generally dash speaks his mother tongue, here we will add s. Now the second tense, present continuous tense, here some hints: now, at present, these days, nowadays, future, idea. These are the hints for recognizing the present continuous tense. Just like there is example, she is cooking food now, I am going to school. So now this is very easy. G students, there are some discussion about the present perfect continuous. We use the present perfect continuous to show that something started in the past. Something started in the past and has continued up until now. Okay, notice it. Something started in the past and continued up until now. For 5 minutes, for 2 weeks, and since Tuesday, we all durations which can be used with the present perfect continuous. Here is example: they have been talking for the last hour. And the next, present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used when talking about experiences from the past. Here is the difference: experiences from the past, and then the last tense started from the past and continued up now. But here, experiences from the past, a change or a situation that has happened in the past but is still continued today. This tense is an important part of the English grammar since it demonstrates that action or events in the past have an effect on the present situation. The last line is very effective. You can see that actions or events in the past have an effect on the present situation. Okay, students, now you have to practice all the structures of the sentences, and then you will correct easily the correction of verb and tenses accordingly sentences. Okay students, fine, this is your lecture for the imperative sentences and for the correction of verb. Okay, fine students, Allah Hafiz.